Hi, you're watching The Winning Post, powered by Delton Casinos, in association with the Serum Institute of India, with me, Mandira Lalwani. The first stop on the show today is America, where we take you for the Breeders' Cup. Now, this is the sort of end-of-the-year championship for North American thoroughbred racing. It also attracts top horses from all over the world, especially Europe. This year, there were 13 races on the card, and the most significant being the Breeders' Cup Classic, which is for 3-year-old horses and older, over 2,000 meters, run on dirt, with a purse of $5 million.
A horse runs with its lungs, perseveres with its heart, and wins with its personality. The personification of these words was evident in every way on the day of the Breeders' Cup Classic on Saturday, November 1st. The race is the highlight of the Breeders' Cup World Championship, which is the year-end championship for North American thoroughbred racing. The event, spread over 2 days, sees a display of the finest and most refined equine prowess, with champions from around the world in attendance. Unique in its format, the event is held at a different location in the USA every year, including Churchill Downs, Belmont Park and Santa Anita Park, where it was this year. A total of 13 Group 1 races are run over the 2 days of the event, some on the dirt and some on turf, providing an equal fighting chance to horses from the United States and elsewhere. All roads, however, lead to the Breeders' Cup Classic, which serves as the culmination to the event. Initiated in 1984, the race is America's premier thoroughbred horse race with a purse of $5 million, surpassed only by the Dubai World Cup, Japan Cup, Melbourne Cup and the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. This year's race saw 14 starters for the contest to be run over 1.25 miles or 2,000 meters on the dirt. In the field was the Art Sherman-trained California Chrome, who catapulted to glory after winning the first 2 legs of the US Triple Crown, the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness Stakes, partnered once again by Victor Espinoza. He was joined by Tonalist, trained by Christophe Clement, who ruined California Chrome's bid for the Triple Crown when he took home the Belmont Stakes. Hall of Fame trainer Bob Baffert, who was hoping for his first classic victory, fielded Bayern, who had a success record of 5 wins from 9 starts. He ran 3rd in the Arkansas Derby and finished 9th in the Preakness. He was partnered by Martin Garcia. All eyes, however, were focused on Jerry Hollendorfer's Shared Belief, who was coming into the contest with an unbeaten record of 7 wins from as many starts. And the crowds had all the faith in this talented horse, who won the Eclipse Award last year as a 2-year-old. He had Mike Smith on his back, who has notched up more wins and prize money at the Classic than any other jockey. With the stage set for the big one, the starters set them off.
They're off in the Breeders' Cup Classic, and Bayern broke to the inside. May have impeded Shared Belief there. Bayern is going to go out to the early lead. Moreno is stuck in behind horses. Toast of New York is there on the outside, and California Chrome gets into his comfort zone outside of horses. Moreno, Cigar Street on the inside. Oh, Shared Belief in traffic trouble there. Just got steadied by Mike Smith. Majestic Harbor is on the outside. The opening quarter mile goes at 23 seconds flat. Then Footbridge, Candy Boy, followed by Prayer for Relief, Imperative on the inside. VE Day is after that, and then comes Zevo, and the Belmont Stakes winner, Tonalist, is last. It is Bayern who leads the way. He shifted in at the start of the race, but he's in the clear as they move to the backstretch by 1.5 lengths. Europe's Toast of New York is up and on the pace, running in second. California Chrome in a perfect spot for him outside of Cigar Street. Moreno unexpectedly fifth at this stage. Shared Belief is right alongside of him, and they went 46-2 for a half mile. And then comes Majestic Harbor, Footbridge on the inside, followed by Candy Boy, Imperative, Prayer for Relief. Tonalist is 3rd last at this stage of the race. VE Day is next, and then comes Zevo. And now the field moves for the far turn, and Bayern has run 3/4 in 1:10.1, and he carries his speed into the turn by 1 length. Toast of New York is right in striking range. Victor Espinoza now asking California Chrome to go. He's 2 lengths off the lead. He's starting to close in. And then it's Cigar Street. Shared Belief has his work cut out for him. He's 5th as they come to the top of the stretch. Bayern turning for home in front. Toast of New York on the outside. California Chrome
race was a scintillating one right from the start, as Bayan bolted out of the 7th gate and careened sharply to the left to bump into the favourite, setting the tone for this wild, contentious race. As the runners turned for home, Toast of New York and Bayan were in the lead. California Chrome surged toward them, pulling within half a length. Bayan, however, held the two off down the stretch to steal a thundering victory in 1 minute 59.88. Toast of New York was second, while California Chrome was in third, and the favourite was 1 1/4 lengths behind California Chrome in fourth. That, however, was not the end of this scintillating race, as officials held a 10-minute inquiry over the start of the race. An agonizing wait later, the results, however, remain unchanged, sending a wave of relief through Bayan's connections.
Time now for a quick break here on the Winning Post. When we return, we take you all the way to the other side of the world. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us here on the Winning Post, powered by Delton Casinos in association with the Serum Institute of India. And time for us now to take you to the other side of the world, to the race that stops a nation. I am talking about the Melbourne Cup. Now, this is the richest 2-mile handicap race for 3-year-old horses and older, and run, of course, at the Flemington racecourse in Melbourne.
A 3,200-metre trip, a purse of over 6 million Australian dollars, a field of 22, and a crowd of over 8 million waiting with bated breath. The Melbourne Cup Day in Australia on November 4th was truly one that stopped a nation. The Melbourne Cup is Australia's top race and is one of the world's richest turf races, held at the Flemington racecourse in Melbourne in the state of Victoria, where the day is a public holiday. Initiated in the year 1861, this year was the race's 154th edition. Of the 22-strong field that entered the parade ring this year, Admire Rakti, the Japanese champion trained by Tomoyuki Umeda, was the cynosure of all eyes. The horse had kick-started his Melbourne Cup campaign with a superlative win in the Coalfield Cup, automatically catapulting him to favoured status. He would be partnered by Zac Purton in the saddle in his bid for victory. He would be opposed by the German horse Protectionist trained by Andreas Waller, who was gunning to become the first ever German horse to take out this prestigious race. Ryan Moore partnered him in the saddle. Red Cadeau, trained by Edward Dunlop, was making his 4th appearance at this race, and having finished runner-up twice in 2011 and 2013, would be looking at clinching top honours this time around with Jaron Moss in the saddle. With blazing pace expected, the starters set them off.
They're set. Racing. The cup field on its way. Geneva and Unchained My Heart with the first couple of bouts on the inside. Faulkner got away well. Mutual Regard jumped quickly, so did Who Shot the Barman. Areldo immediately over their heels, crossing towards the inside. Speed out wide, it was Mr. O'Kieran. Willing Foe, Sign-Off going towards the middle of the pack in the early stages. Out very wide as Brambles, and Au Revoir in the blue cap is the deepest runner. Precedence has gone back. He's last of all as they settle into stride. Admire Rakti had got away well, and he's up there with My Ambivalent. So they're the two leaders. My Ambivalent pulling hard on the inside. The leader from Admire Rakti, and 2 lengths away in third, Royal Diamond. Faulkner's got over 4th today, beautifully positioned, and then Janub, Ladari, Lucia Valentino, Willing Foe pulled a little bit deep there from Who Shot the Barman between horses. Then came Brambles on the outside of Unchained My Heart, Mutual Regard, Au Revoir wide around Red Cadeau, Protectionist and Opinion. They're being followed further back by Sign-Off. Next on his side, inside was Areldo as they sweep out of the straight. Gatewood towards the end. Then Mr. O'Kieran, who's caught out very wide. Precedence is back second last, and Seismos is last of all as the Emirates Melbourne Cup field starts to stretch out because My Ambivalent wants to run, and she leads by about 3 lengths. Admire Rakti is holding down second, about 1.5 lengths to Royal Diamond third, and they're a long way in front, about 4 lengths clear then to Faulkner, and over on the inside was Janub as they run up the riverside.
with those as Brambles, a length and a half further back, Red Cadeau, who's deep out and he's on the move. Being followed then between horses is Willing Foe. Ladari's on the rail and Au Revoir is also posted out quite wide as they run up towards the 1400. Then came Sign Off, his midfield at the moment, being followed further back then by Who Shot the Barman, down on the inside of Gatewood, improving his place, and then Lucia Valentina, Mutual Regard and Opinion. A length Protectionist, Areldo well back, followed by Unchain My Heart. Back to the end as Precedence in company with Mr. O'Kieran, and Seismos was still last of all at the 1200 metres. And the leader is still My Ambivalent by 2 Admire Rakdi, and Brambles had gone up into third placing, followed by Royal Diamond, Red Cadeau. A length away is Janube, and they're followed then by Au Revoir. Faulkner bides his time, and Sign Off is starting a move. They're being followed by Ladari, Willing Foe, Gatewood well back in the field as Opinion, and Who Shot the Barman, Lucia Valentina on the rail, followed by Mutual Regard, Areldo, Protectionist, Unchain My Heart, Precedence towards the end with Mr. O'Kieran, and Seismos was still last. Coming around the turn now, and Brambles is the first one to race up and challenge My Ambivalent as they swing around the bend. They're being followed by Red Cadeau, poised for his run, and so is Sign Off, and Au Revoir's wider, followed by Gatewood. Admire Rakdi's well back, Opinion is pulled out, Mutual Regard is threading through, and so too Protectionist. Red Cadeau hits the front, Sign Off coming after him with 300 metres to go. Willing Foe starting to run on down the outside, and Protectionist is bursting through. Protectionist raced to Red Cadeau, Who Shot the Barman, and then Sign Off, but Protectionist raced away at the 100-metre mark. It's Germany's Melbourne Cup. Protectionist by 3 lengths to Red Cadeau, and Protectionist bolted in the cup by 3. Red Cadeau second again, Who Shot the Barman third, and then Sign Off, Willing Foe, Precedent to Reldo, followed by Au Revoir, Seismos, Faulkner.
In one of the more emphatic wins in the Cup of recent times, Ryan Moore steered Protectionist to victory with 4 lengths to spare. Red Cadeau was second for the third time, while New Zealand contender Who Shot the Barman was third. Admire Rakdi, one of the grandest stayers in the world, finished last, coming under pressure at the 800-metre marker. And if that wasn't tragic enough, 20 minutes after the race, the horse was pronounced dead, causing a tragic ending to a great career. Protectionist became the second monsoon progeny to have won the Melbourne Cup after Fiorente last year. He is also one of the most inexperienced horses to have won the Melbourne Cup in only his 10th career start.
With that, a quick break here on the Winning Post. When we return, it's back home to Mumbai. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching The Winning Post, powered by Delton Casinos in association with the Serum Institute of India. And time now to look ahead to all the racing action back home, which is Mumbai. The Western India racing season moves from Pune to Mumbai, and we caught up with the chairman of the Turf Club to find out what to expect.
The Mumbai racing season is the crowning glory of racing in India. And with the October heat giving way to November, all the horses shift base to Mumbai for the start of the much-awaited, anticipated, glorious, glamorous Mumbai season here at Mahalakshmi. The Mahalakshmi racecourse is home to 4 of the 5 Indian classics. And this year, with the Invitation Cup also being held in Mumbai, this season promises to be grander, bigger and better than ever before. The RWITC has always raised the bar when it comes to sponsorship, and this year promises to be no different with newer and bigger sponsorships already in place.
New sponsor in Omkar Reality, who has agreed to come forth. They are sponsoring the entire weekend, plus the 3 big races, the Sprinter, Stayers and the Invitation Cup. We have all the Indian classics sponsored, the 1000, the 2000, the Oaks and the Derby. We have many big races. A lot of charitable initiatives, the most important of which is on the 2nd Sunday of November. We have a race day dedicated to the Rotary Foundation. 5 races in honor of various Rotary clubs. They hope to raise a substantial amount on that day, maybe have 4,000 or 5,000 Rotarians. And that's yet another endeavor for us to support good social causes. Another very unique day, which is going to be the Sunday following the Indian Derby Day. We have called it the Champions Day, somewhat similar to the Champions Day in the UK. We have a diamond company, Blue Star, who's going to present the day. We have planned to have top races across the different distances. So we have the Dr. S.C. Jain sprinters over a 6. We have the R.N. Kanga over a mile. The Gigi Boy Eclipse Stakes over a mile and a quarter. To bring in the celebrity angle, we have Hello Magazine, who's going to do a big race with possibly a superstar. We have a race in honor of the legendary Jagjitji on the same day. And it's going to be really a red letter day. And of course, the Blue Star themselves are hosting a million race for the babies. So a top baby race and top races over all the distances. We are calling it Champions Day, and let's see how it works.
Always at the top of its racing game, the RWITC is also the #1 destination for social events in the city.
The other innovative feature of the Bombay season is to reward the smaller races. We have converted about 15 races to what we have called double stakes. So let's say a race was worth 3.5 lakhs, it's going to be worth 7 lakhs. 6, 5, 4 lakhs is going to be worth 8 lakhs. And these are for races in class 1, 2, 3 and 4. The smaller races, no sponsorships except maybe one. And of these 15 races, 3 races will be millions. So a class 2 horse, a class 3 horse, a class 4 horse can win a million race, and the other 12 races will have double stakes. In fact, we are calling the races the so-and-so double stakes handicap. We estimate the sponsorships in Bombay to cross 12.5 crores, which I believe will be an all-time record for any season in India. We also believe that the prize money paid to the owners will be in the region of 25 crores, which is substantially higher than the 18-19 crores paid last year. Many big days. We kick off 3 days successively in aid of charities. The opening day is going to be for the Indian Cancer. The second day entirely devoted to the Rotary Foundation. The last Sunday will also feature a race in honor of charity, in aid of cancer by Mrs. Saldana, who's been running the race in memory of her late husband. That day will also feature, on one hand, a charitable event. On the other hand, we have Milan Luthria's association with the H.M. Mehta Trophy. He's already guaranteed a top film star on that day. So we have a kind of set off with a superstar and a charitable event, followed by the Indo-German, Peter Doibe's Christmas Fest. So I'm actually running tired of what all we're going to do. It's starting off with a bang, and it's going out all the way till end of March with, I think, virtually every single Sunday with a big sponsored race. We hope to do many things on these days, sit with our first-time sponsors to bring a new touch of new attendance, new glamour, new events, maybe fashion, music, hopefully do events outside the racing sphere as well. All of this is still early days, but it looks to be a packed season ahead.
The biggest race of the season is obviously the McDowell Signature Indian Derby, and the partnership with USL this year will reach 30 years, with the sponsorship money reaching a whopping 3.5 crores.
Well, I think that needs no introduction. I'm not sure whether we are touching roughly 30 years, thereabouts, with USL, which possibly makes it the longest running partnership for any sporting event outside any sport. Horse racing in any case, but I think we started in the year 1985. It's been a very successful partnership. It's not only because of the prize money, but because of the passion USL brings into the day, the entertainment, the sheer magnitude of the event. We personally have a great relationship with the entire team, right from Dr. Vijay Mallya down to his working team. We work very well together, and we've already started talking to them. So it hopefully will be yet another record-breaking derby. It's a great partnership, and I hope it's here to stay.
With the seasons in Bangalore and Pune acting as lead-ups, it is here at the Mahalakshmi racecourse where their true talent comes to the fore.
Generally the same. Bombay being a winter season does not require a new monsoon track. I walk there every morning. The track is looking splendid, and the stands are usual screen, so no significant changes to that. But hopefully with time we hope to get more food courts, more hospitality partners on board. We're looking at a few Sundays which are dedicated to brunches with some of the food partners. So bring a little bit more of food and hospitality to attract a younger set of people.
The one horse to watch out for at the Classics this year will be the Malaysian Redu trained Be Safe, who took home the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby last year. And judging by Alan De's record of winning all the Classics in the previous season after winning the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby, Be Safe too seems poised to match his record.
Tough to call, but any layman will tell you that Dr. Ramaswamy's Be Safe is the hot favourite for the Indian Derby as of now. He's really a fantastic horse from what I've seen him. He looks to be in top form. He's the only horse that really stands out. The others are coming up, and actually it's good for racing that there's no outstanding horse. The race is more competitive, it becomes interesting. But you never know, there are horses as champion may suddenly emerge.
And that's all we have time for in this episode of The Winning Post. Remember, if you've missed anything, you can always catch it on our YouTube channel. Also, remember to like us on Twitter and Facebook. And remember, till we see you next time, may the horse be with you. Goodbye.